We gotta talk about the worst ways to die. Five Nights at Sonic's 3 edition. Lately I've been streaming Five Nights games, and I've actually found a liking for them. Even though the games are anxiety inducing and even with the violent jump scares. To be honest, I used to stay away from these games for these same exact reasons, and I used to only watch the OGs play them. But now, your boy met up with Morpheus and took that red pill, and now I'm streaming Five Nights games every weekend, getting all the way to night 5 in one stream, or even outright beating them. So we're here to talk about Five Nights at Sonic's 3, which is basically a clone of Five Nights at Freddy's 3. All the characters from FNAF are replaced with Sonic and Mario characters. I'm not 100% sure why it's not called Five Nights at Sonic's and Mario's, but I guess Mario lost a bet with Sonic and he made this game about him. At least Peach wasn't in the bet. I mean, Mario got his own video game series stretching out for years, and somehow Bowser got more playtime with Peach. But that's for another video. Anyway, just like any Five Nights game, you're stationary in a control room and you have to prevent the characters from reaching you. The first night starts with Salvage Sonic, who is sensitive to sound, and you have to play a sound through the cameras in order to keep him away from you. God. Oh, he's in 4. Ah, we made him go there. Nights 2 and 3 add Withered Toy Sonic, Withered Toy Mario, and Phantoms Mario, Phantom Toad, and Phantom Tails. Put your mask on for Withered Toy Sonic and Mario when they enter the office, keep the camera up for Phantom Mario, switch cameras quickly for Toad, and open the camera for Tails. All this does sound overwhelming and difficult to manage, but they're not all that aggressive until the later nights. And one more thing. In FNAF, you have to survive all the way to 8 AM, breaking away from the traditional 6 AM. That's 2 more painful hours keeping all these variables at bay. Okay, so we made it to the later nights, and last on my list of worst ways to die is getting killed by Golden Sonic. I put this at the end because you'll quickly learn how to prevent getting killed by him, which I didn't, and I needed my chat to help. But all you have to do is treat him like Phantom Toad and quickly switch the cameras or toggle the camera dashboard off completely. The thing is, if you happen to mess up, you don't get stunned by a jump scare. Instead, you die. Game over. Sometimes, you know, I'd be eating my snacks on the stream or I'll click in the spaces between the cameras and then BAM! I'm dead. And this usually happens around 4 to 5 AM over a mistake that could have been easily avoided. So it's really easy to avoid this, but when it happens, it kind of sucks. He is the worst. Now, one of the more anxiety-inducing events is when 2 enemies come at the same time and now you're not entirely sure what to do first. Here's an example. When Phantom Mario and any regular animatronic comes by at the same time, you have to make a hasty decision to keep the camera up, to not get jump scared by Phantom Mario, or keep the camera off to keep Withered Toy Mario still. I can just hear people in the comments saying, well, that's easy, just stare at Withered Toy Mario to keep him still, and at the last minute, pull the camera up to prevent Phantom Mario from jump scaring you. Then put the mask on once Withered Toy Mario comes in the office. Yeah, it sounds easy until it's 6 AM, this happens, you hear a noise in the vents, and there's something wrong with the power panel, there's just too much shit going on sometimes, my brain don't work fast under this kind of pressure. Oh shit. We good? You good? We good? Now, we've come to getting stuck with Phantom Luigi. Or, per Wiki Fandom, I found out was called Phantom Luigi-net. This dude creepily appears in camera 5. I mean, look at this dude. This is what I imagine is chasing the campers during the Blair Witch Project. Like I was saying, he appears in camera 5, and once you see him, he will jump scare you, and he'll prevent you from using the controls and cameras. You won't be able to do anything. You're stuck for about 5 seconds, leaving you exposed to any and all threats. This can be a pain when you're in the later hours of the later nights when everything is coming at you in full force. I haven't figured out how to avoid this, but the Wiki Fandom says you have to ignore him after you see him. What does ignore him really mean? Like, okay, I see him, but is ignoring him keeping the camera on cam 5? Switching the camera? Toggling off the camera panel? When I picture ignoring someone, I'm thinking of my selective hearing. When my girl asks me to do something, I hear it, but it's match point on Apex and Arenas, and I'm really not trying to lose 117 RP. Really though. What do you mean by you have to ignore him after you see him? I want to say I've done this, but I've yet to prevent this from happening. Oh, we're fucked. Oh, we're double fucked! Okay. The easiest preventable death has to be from the vents. The sound cue of when an animatronic enters and leaves the vents is easily distinguishable, and all you have to do is shut the vent where the animatronic is. Easy, right? Absolutely not when there's so much going on. Not to mention the sound cue that goes off makes me downright uncomfortable, and sometimes it's not that easy to hear with all the other potential sounds that can go off. Don't get me started when you get hit with that Phantom Mario, Phantom Tails, air in the ventilation system, something crawled in the vents, Guac Guac 3000 combo, and instead of getting relief from this, out comes Wither Toy Sonic to make sure you getting blue-balled. Anyway, no, I don't hate. The Lord says not to hate, but I greatly dislike getting got by things in the vents. It's usually that dude toy withered Yoshi that gets me too. Anyway, we've kind of already covered this, but the last worst way to die in Five Nights at Sonic's 3 has to be fixing something that don't need to be fixed. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And this is true when fixing things in the control panel. You see here, it's night 6, it's halfway past 6 a.m., and I have more than 50% power. And you must know, you only have to survive till 7 a.m. to trigger the ending cutscene. I only needed less than a minute left to complete this game. My dumbass decided it was smart to be extra careful to fix the power when instead I could have held off for 30 more seconds to beat the game. Asshole! No! I was on all levels wrong for doing this, and I got punished when Withered Toy Yoshi decided to come out of the vents. Which in my defense, I didn't hear him coming through. But still, most of the time, my power level is good enough where I don't need to restart it, but I do it anyway, because I like to have that kind of toxicity in my life.
Amber Heard, I need you in my life. I love toxic bitches, and I'll let you shit in my bed for sure.
And that concludes my TED Talk for the worst ways to die in Five Nights at Sonic's 3. Oh, and I live stream every Friday and Saturday. Markyfbaby out. Peace.